Good day, viewers, and welcome to English Chinese News Bulletin on tonight's essential television channel. At the Party Central Committee headquarters, Party General Secretary To Lam recently chaired a Politburo meeting to review the progress and implementation of resolutions and conclusions issued by the Party Central Committee and the Politburo on the restructuring of organizational apparatus and administrative units. In his concluding remarks, General Secretary To Lam emphasized the continued consensus on the policies to reorganize provincial-level administrative units. At the same time, he called for the consolidation and merger of the commune-level administrative units in localities that are well prepared, though that have finalized personnel plans at both provincial and commune levels and are ready in terms of infrastructure, equipment, and facilities to ensure the smooth operation of the new administrative apparatus. The General Secretary assigned the provincial and municipal party standing committees, particularly the top leaders, the responsibility to actively determine the timeline for completing the restructuring at all administrative levels. The goal is to ensure new provincial and commune level agencies and organizations can begin operations, potentially as early as July 1st, 2025, in line with directives from the Politburo and the Party Central Secretariat. The Central Commission for Communication and Mass Mobilization recently held a nationwide briefing conference for spokespersons in June 2025. The event was conducted both in person and online, connecting 1,780 locations across the country from central to local levels, including provinces, cities, and communes. The conference was chaired by Mr. Phạm Tất Thắng, member of the Party Central Committee and Deputy Head of the Central Commission for Communication and Mass Mobilization. At the conference, delegates received updates on several key topics, including efforts to combat smuggling, trade fraud, and counterfeit goods in Vietnam and propose solutions moving forward, the law on participation in the United Nations peacekeeping forces, and the important contributions of the People's Public Secretary Forces to United Nations peacekeeping missions, and the current state of the public health care and breakthrough goals to meet the country's development needs in the new era. In his concluding remarks, Comrade Phạm Tất Thắng, member of the Party Central Committee and Deputy of the Central Commission for Communication and Education, called on provincial and municipal propaganda and mass mobilization departments, as well as the party committees under the central government, to focus communications efforts on streamlining the organizational structure, cracking down on the smuggling and counterfeiting, improving public health care, and highlighting the party and state's key diplomatic activities. He also emphasized the need to intensify coverage of preparations for upcoming party congresses at all levels. The Vietnam Associations of the Elderly recently held a nationwide virtual conference to celebrate two milestones: the 30th anniversary of the association's founding and the 84th anniversary of the Vietnam's Elderly Day. Attending the central ceremony were Mr. Đỗ Văn Chiến, Politburo member, Secretary of the Party Central Committee, and Chairman of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Fund, along with current and former leaders of the party and state, representatives from the various ministries and organizations, and members from the different generations of the Vietnam Association of the Elderly. Currently, more than 7 million older persons in Vietnam are actively engaged in business as entrepreneurs, business owners, or operators of production and trading facilities, making significant contributions to the country's economic development and creating jobs for around 9 million people, including all the seniors and members of the community. Nearly 1 million elderly citizens are directly involved in grassroots political systems, while millions voluntarily help research and promote traditional cultural values in their communities. On this occasion, the Vietnam Association of the Elderly was awarded the First-Class Labor Order by the state resident and officially launched the Bright Eyes for the Elderly program. The Dong Nai Association for Victims of Agent Orange Dioxins held a ceremony to review 10 years of implementing Directive Number 43 issued by the party Central Secretariat. The directive focuses on strengthening the party's leadership in addressing the consequences of chemical warfare used by the U.S. during the war in Vietnam, particularly in Dong Nai province. The event also included a mid-year review of the association's activities during the first 6 months of 2025. Speaking at the conference, Lieutenant General Nguyen Hữu Chính, resident at the Vietnam Association for Victims of Agent Orange Dioxins, emphasized the need for association chapters in Dong Nai to strengthen several key areas. He called for more effective implementation of Directive Number 43 issued by the party Central Secretariat, which focuses on supporting people with meritorious service, including victims of Agent Orange. He also stressed the importance of greater leadership and oversight from local party committees and government authorities, particularly in ensuring that relevant policies are properly carried out. In addition, he urged a stronger international advocacy effort to seek justice for the victims, further development of a well-structured and capable organizations, and the mobilization of broader social resources to improve care and support for victims in the province. The Dong Nai Women's Union recently held a ceremony to honor outstanding individuals for the 2020 to 2025 periods and to review 3 years of implementing the emulation movement titled Fostering the Image of Vietnamese Women in the New Era, which runs from 2022 to 2025. Vice Chairman of the Dong Nai People's Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Xuân Hùng, attended the event. In recent years, the Women's Union at all levels in Dong Nai Province has continued to uphold the spirits of solidarity and innovation, organizing patriotic emulation movements that align with the political tasks and the practical needs of local women. From 2022 to 2025, the Union has recognized and recommended more than 11,500 collectives and individuals for commendation. Over the past 3 years alone, 442 individuals across the province has been honored with the For the Development of Vietnamese Women medal. Phan Thị Hồng Huyền, chairwoman of the Women's Union in Hồ Nai 3 Commune, Trang Bom District, shared that her local union has been recognized for outstanding performance for 3 consecutive years by both of the provincial and district levels. She has achieved 4 consecutive years of excellent performance and has been named an outstanding party member for 3 of those years. Ms. Thị Tiền, chairwoman of the Women's Union in Bảo Quang Commune, Long Khánh City, expressed her honor at being recognized as a role model among young women. She says she would continue working alongside her team to develop initiatives and support models, especially for ethnic minority women in her area. Vice Chairman of Dong Nai Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Xuân Hùng emphasized the need to renew the union's content and working methods, especially by applying digital technologies effectively. He also highlighted the importance of aligning activities with political priorities and practical needs of grassroots members, while promoting multi-platform communication to thread the influence of auxiliary movement.